TMS Studios themselves here at Thrive NSA with Jacqueline Cuevas.
Cuevas. There you go. Incorporate the
I
shimmy in
got it.
it.
Jacqueline, I want to welcome you to the program. I want to thank you very much for coming in. Okay. You have a very exciting story. Okay. And I think individuals themselves really need to know what you're about. All right. And what brought you, all right, to doing what you're doing and the message that you want to send.
Right. I
What's what
love
what
your
what's this
use of the
Jacqueline
word.
all about?
Well, Jacqueline is a very proud bilingual Latina woman, and I live with a hidden disability. I'm
Okay.
going to use quotation marks for hidden.
Okay.
I live with something called functional neurological disorder.
Okay.
And when I was diagnosed about 16 years ago,
Okay.
it was called psychogenic non-epileptic seizures.
All right.
And these type of disorders are disorders that do not show up on any kind of test. So no matter, I endured a plethora, dozens and dozens of tests, MRIs, EKGs, EEGs,
Right.
ECGs, the CAT scans, all the alphabet, like all the alphabet soup. And I was fine.
Okay.
But time after time, I would pass out at work, at school, ambulances would come. I would be in the emergency room. I would be
Right.
test after test, and I was fine,
Right.
but I wasn't.
Right.
So, what was diagnosed when I was 16, it was considered to be, they told me that I just had a conversion disorder,
Okay.
attention seeking behaviors.
Okay.
I was doing it on purpose.
Ah.
Who wants to pass out and not know what's
No.
occurring on
Right.
purpose?
Exactly. It sounds a little controversial right there.
Correct. And so for 9 years, I went along trying to live a life in a world that didn't understand me. I didn't have
Mm.
language to describe what was occurring. And then I believed that I was doing it on purpose
Mm.
because I didn't know what other thing could be possibly causing
Right. Exactly.
these spells. And at 7 months pregnant with my first child, I was diagnosed with psychogenic non-epileptic seizures.
Mm.
The doctor finally believed me, and only because I was with child.
Yeah. Right.
And it's kind of it's scary to think that if I wouldn't have had a child, I wouldn't have been diagnosed. It is
Sure.
that my life
Yeah. Right.
wasn't important enough to figure out what was occurring.
Hmm.
Only the life of my unborn child. So it's like
Sure.
in utero, like she solved the mystery, right?
Right. Right. Right.
But a lot of us think that once we get the diagnosis, that's it. It's
Sure.
like, the heavens open up and the lights come out. And
No. No.
yeah,
No. That's where the
that
journey starts, my dear.
exactly.
Okay.
Especially for these hidden or medically complex or functional disorders,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of research and science regarding about why this is occurring. What I've noticed is more, even in the medical model is, okay, you have it now, like go hide and be quiet.
That's wrong.
And it is wrong. So I began needing solutions with like soul, like body, mind, and soul.
So right. Exactly.
Because I attempted a career at massage therapy and I couldn't because it's too taxing on my body. But I learned the kneading method,
Okay.
creating. So I like to say that I was just so tired of the world telling me what I needed to do. You need to get a job. You need to be more positive. You
Right.
need to get a
Exactly.
husband. You need to whatever. and it was like, well, what if I just stop putting my hands out, waiting for the universe to give me something, and I turn my hands around and I create and I need what I need for myself.
Right.
And I tell the world who I am and I create a solution. So I began my advocacy work about 5 years ago
Okay.
after a traumatic brain injury. And all these disability spaces, nobody looked like me. I would walk in and what are you here? We're doing here. You're not disabled. And even in the disability spaces, I like to say I often feel too able for the disabled and too disabled for the
The
able.
abled. Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't look like it. People, you have IDD, you don't have IDD. You speak
Right.
so well. You're too pretty. You're too young. You're
Exactly.
too fashionable. Whatever it is.
Sure.
And so I the last 5 years, I've built myself as an disability advocate speaker, but I'm now transitioning into a greater audience. That whether you identify as disabled or not, you have
Mm.
been. Most of us, a lot of us, have been conditioned to believe we are something in other people's eyes. The way
That's right.
we were raised. For those of us in grew up
Stigmatism.
correct, grew up
Mm.
poor, or whatever your stereotype or your
Sure. Right.
stigmatism is, your trauma, You are more than that. Let's transmute trauma into life enhancing skills. So
Sure.
that's my mission through storytelling and dance,
Sure.
just creating more awareness about accessibility and functional disorders.
There's a whole level of incorporation already and mindset development that people need to see. Okay. Just for individuals themselves going in and saying, you're not this, you're not that, what are you doing here?
Hmm.
Okay. Was trans formal already in that regard. All right. Just without saying. All right. Now changing people's view, attitude, and corporations. Okay. They're seeing a whole different person. Okay. And so this themselves now brings you here to the National Speakers Association.
Yes.
Okay. To engage in what? Teaching, enhancing, developing, changing the mindset, incorporating this motivation itself that, you can do this.
Yes. So for the past 5 years, I've been navigating the disability circles, the
Okay.
conferences,
Good.
and they all get me now there. So I feel like now
Gotcha.
transitioning into the National Speakers Association, let me challenge myself
Good.
to making a whole different group of people aware
Yeah.
of what my needs are, and they can, even in this conference alone, we're on the second day, and
Sure.
people are telling me that they're understanding more, being more aware of their
Exactly. Yeah.
actions, of people that in their lives that might be neurodivergent or have
Sure.
accessibility needs, how they can implement things in their daily
Right.
lives and their
Exactly. Yeah.
habits to be more inclusive.
Sure. Sure. I think that's extremely important. Motivational at that. All right. But incorporating based upon experience. Okay. And how
Absolutely.
you bring it into play. I think people need to realize, they need to understand, okay, that the gentleness, the kindness, all right, that you bring in and the incorporation, all right, of what you do, okay,
Yes.
to now shed the words through communicating, all right, what the real true meaning is.
Right. And I often told that I share too much, right? But I think it's purposeful. I am
Yeah.
not trauma dumping on you.
Sure.
I want you to understand that we can have these so-called uncomfortable conversations. You can tell me, well, why do you need your walker when I saw you just dancing on the dance floor last night at the club,
That's
Jacqueline?
inspiration right there.
Right? Yeah. Is I welcome those conversations.
Right.
And this has been a learning experience that there's a difference between this kind of conference and a disability
Sure
conference,
there is.
navigating a less accessible space,
Right.
and learning how to not feel. A lot of the people, I was like, I don't want to be the obnoxious, annoying disabled woman,
Right.
right? Getting like, oh, the lights are too bright,
And
or
you're
you're
not. All right.
right.
I'm here to tell you you're not. All
Thank you.
right.
And that's what we have to have this conversation. We have to reframe, like, oh, there's Jacqueline, and
The
she's
brain
the
stems.
accommodations. Like, right. Yes.
That's real good, Jacqueline. How do you help these your clients and folks themselves? You're now bridging out. You're branching out. You want to see more different type of clientele to make realizations. All right, that what you're doing. All right, and helping people.
So what I don't have coaching sessions or a
Okay,
package that I'm trying to sell. What I really am is just relaying the message of my story,
love it.
my storytelling, and what has worked for me.
Sure.
I am a business owner. My husband and I,
Mm.
we own a liquor store, a convenience store,
How
and
convenient is that?
yes, and it is convenient. I talk about how convenient it is for people with disabilities to be entrepreneurs.
Sure. Right.
Entrepreneurship
Exactly.
is very, very difficult, but it allows us the accommodations that we need as
I like that.
disabled people.
I like that. I like
So
that.
my message is through storytelling. I
Hmm.
also offer, I call it inclusive energy production, energy
Good.
producing. So dance parties, I love to dance. Dancing is my favorite method of transportation because it's where my seizures can exist judgment free.
Right. Exactly.
People don't even know that that I'm seizing. So I just turn on the music and I just look like I'm like a flamboyant Latina. And it's great. So I offer that service where I go to these disability spaces and hopefully beyond the disability
Right.
community and learn how to, don't worry, the person in the wheelchair can dance too. Let's bring bring them out.
That's
Let's
right.
bring the
Exactly.
person with the walker, the
Yeah.
amputee. Let's jazz it up. Let's do La Macarena. Let's do the Cupid Shuffle. And that is how I think I bring my joy in the world, because I get tired of saying, well, why are you so happy?
Right.
You're smiling when you're not supposed to be smiling. Who are you to
Who are you
determine
to determine
when
that?
I
Exactly.
smile?
Yeah. I'm a true believer itself, and I said it many times in the conference here. You got to love what you do what you love. And it
Absolutely.
surely seems to me you love what you do. All right. Which that's why you do what you love. All righty.
Absolutely.
You're in the right place, my dear. All right. Without a doubt.
Thank you.
There's a lot of individuals themselves that carry a lot of baggage. All righty. A lot of hardship, whether they're by themselves, from themselves, or family members or individuals that they work with in the past.
Right. And I'm with the idea, you have the baggage, just
Yeah.
not vilified baggage, but don't carry the baggage.
Right.
Let it carry you.
That's right.
What can you transmute from that? What
Sure.
can you make it, alchemize it, if you
Yeah,
will,
sure.
right?
Be positive. All right.
Absolutely.
And make the change and be the change you want to be.
And it's not only about be positive and things would change.
Sure.
It's doing
It's doing it.
something
It's
with
action.
it. We
It's
don't want to
definitely
go
action.
into toxic positivity, right?
Yeah, right.
Like
Exactly.
there is a speaker,
There's enough
I
out
forgot
there
her
right
name.
now.
Right. So no matter how much positivity I have and smile at a flight of stairs, like it's not going to get me up the flight of stairs,
Sure,
right?
right, exactly.
So I am careful to not promote toxic positivity,
Good.
but it's to reframe it, get out of the victimization mentality, see
Good.
what you can do
Love
with it.
that. Love that. How do people reach you? I know with the crowds themselves we hear are individuals that are going to be seeing this. They want to know, they want to try to reach out to you because they need, a lot of folks themselves behind the curtain, they'll say, I need help.
Right.
All right. So how do they reach you?
Well, my website is needingsolutions.com. It is a play on words. So needing with the KN and solutions, SOULUTIONS.com.
Good. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Needingsolutions.com. And
I love it.
Jacqueline at Needing Solutions.
Jacqueline, this has been my honor and distinct pleasure. All right. To have you with us today. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
love what you're doing. All righty. And I want you to continue. All right. We want to see you back in the future. I want to make sure that everybody knows what you do, how you do, and why you do what you do. Because
Great,
I think
thank
you're a
you.
very, very special person.
And I'd like to invite you to shame me a little bit more in life.
There you go, guys. All right. That's everybody out there. We're going to be shimming a lot more. My
All
dear.
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Guys, we'll be back with another great session. See you soon. GMS Studios. Have a great day.